Welcome back to Battle of the Beers. I'm Lucas, this is Jason. We dressed up for the occasion because it's November and we're talking about the election. Soon, all of us Americans are going to go out to the polls and we're going to vote for who we think should ruin this country. We're going to commemorate the occasion and possibly even predict the results here on the show. So why don't we let this debate get started with our first beer?
My fellow craft beer enthusiasts and Lucas, today I have the pleasure, I suppose, of representing Hillary Rodham Clinton. This is the Bolshevik Bastard by Nickelbrick Brewing Company. Now, they are Canadian, however, but we're just gonna, who cares?
We'll roll with it.
We're gonna roll with it.
Because that's just how we do.
So, today's challenge was to pick a beer that's not gonna overflow and also represent our candidates in a way. And with Hillary, I just thought, you know, it says bastard on the label. Let's just go with it, comrades, you know. This is an Imperial Stout, as you can see. It fits the tones, the character of one.
I do want to say that we should probably make sure that we both got exactly the same amount, because otherwise that would be unfair.
Ooh, that's true. That would not be the way.
None shall rise above. Well, I mean, I think it goes without saying that this beer has a mighty head upon its shoulders. Look at that. That's just...
I want to drink it right now, so I have a bunch of foam stuck in my mustache.
You are going to have a foamy mustache for sure.
Now,
I'm going to dive right in.
If you want to know, we should have many deep flavors to counterbalance the sweetness. It's aggressively hopped to give rise to this remarkably smooth Russian Imperial
So much
Stout.
foam, I'm sorry. That was a bad choice. There is a lot of fluff.
Yeah, that thing really foamed up.
Oh my goodness.
I had a Lucas pour, maybe. That was the issue. But I can see some good carbonation. I mean, it's an Imperial Stout, so you have really dark color.
Right off the bat, dark stout. Chocolate notes, roasty flavor, big and bold. I mean, you're chewing this beer. It's got quite a bit of mouthfeel, and as we noted before, you know, you got to get down there a little bit through the foam before you actually even get your lips on that beer. But it's definitely very bold.
That's what you're going to want in a presidential beer. You're going to want bold representation.
Yes,
you know,
that's very good.
To lead
point.
your country into greatness.
Very good. In the fairness of equal representation, we have seen the Hillary beer. Let's move on to mine. Enough of this communist Bolshevik beer. I've got something here that is going to represent Donald Trump in the best of possible ways, and what would better represent him than a big red cock? Nothing. You're not going to want to build a wall around this big red cock, okay? You're going to want to open your borders and open your mind to the deliciousness
I'm sorry.
that is the American Brewery Vivant Big Red Cock. It's going to solve all of America's problems. It's wonderful. Forget about it. All right, Jason, well, enough of the ridiculous Trump talking. Let's just get into this beer and see. It's from Brewery Vivant. It is a hoppy Belgo American red ale. There's a lot of words in there, but let's figure out what we think about this thing.
I hope it's delicious.
I do too. It's a little heady as well. I do want to mention that it should be obvious by this point that our beer is going to be completely not even in the same category.
Right. Stylistically, vastly different. Much like our candidates, possibly.
Oh, seems like we were thinking about that. Let's see. Let's get into it.
I mean, I think it lives up to what's on the label. I taste like a typical red ale, but there's a lot more hop characteristics to that, you know?
There's a little bit more work in here. It's pretty complex compared to just one of those categories.
I'd say it's kind of a medium body mouthfeel. Got pretty good I mean, look at it. It's pretty active carbonation. Nice head, good lacing still. It has a nice flavor. It's got a kind of a crisp little refreshment taste to it.
I say let's score these up and predict who is going to win the vote.
This country's probably hosed no matter what, but this is beer world, so we can live in imagination land and have fun with this.
We always have beer to fall back on.
Yes.
Always.
To keep us happy. What did you think overall? I think for me, these were very, very closely matched. I mean, at least in terms of my enjoyment of each beer. You know, like I like the color and some of those chocolate tones that pulled out of the stout, but the flavor was just a little lackluster for me. While with the Red Hulk, I did enjoy like some of the flavor notes here. I like that hoppy twist on a red ale. I mean, what did you feel?
Well, starting with the Bolshevits, I also wanted to mention that you asked me my opinion and we continued talking.
Well,
so much like Hillary Clinton. I mean, I never get to say anything, I feel like, so thanks for that. Just kidding, but seriously. Bolshevits, let's start there. Like you said, chocolatey. It was looking good, but then it kind of had a little too much head on it. And that could be dangerous. I mean, if you're in a party situation, you're like, hey, let's have some beer. And then it overflows. Like, everyone's going to look at you like you're a fool. Like a damned fool. So for me, while it did taste pretty good, it was a little too dark for me. So I'm going to give my overall on this one, Jason. And I'm going to break it down even more so than we usually do. It's a 3.65. 3.65, not 3.5, not 3.75, but we'll get to that in a second. What is your overall?
It was a 3.5 for me.
3.5.
Pretty close.
Very close. Very close. So with the big red cock, again, I actually enjoyed the appearance more of this one. It poured better, it was bubbly, it looked really nice in the glass. And honestly, as far as the complexity and the taste, I just felt like there was a little bit more going on here. I've had similar flavors here. This was just darker and more robust. More intense.
Yeah, I could see that.
This was a little bit more complex than I was used to. So for me, again, I broke it down because it was so close. 3.875.
I'm right there with you. I gave it like a 3 3/4, so 3.75. So we're very, very similar in our critique of these two beers.
And much like the election this year, I think it's going to be very close. It could come down to, 1% even. So get out there, vote, most importantly. But as we say here on Battle of the Beer, it's beer. It's different. Each one of these are a little bit different, but it's beer. Our overall winner today, though, is the Big Red Cock. Well, if you like what you just saw, you can check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, Battle of the Beer. Just look us up. We're over there. And if you have any, you know what? Let's get a political discussion going on because that never happens enough on the internet, right? Leave us a comment down in the comments below and let us know what you thought of our selections that represent Hillary Rodham Clinton and Mr. Donald Trump with the Big Red Cock. So thanks again for watching and tune in next time.